So from experience, you're also looking at testimonials and personal branding. So this is why you see lawyers often do what is called pro bono, because when you don't have any experience, then there is nothing to cite as reference to a client that is willing to engage you. So lawyers will do pro bono, they'll take a case, all right, without actually charging, because they want to build on their portfolio, all right? They want to build on their experience. So to validate your knowledge, your AQ and your TQ, you want to look at experience, acquire more experience, all right, by practicing it, all right? Get testimonials. So is there someone whom you have offered a very good service to, who are delighted about your service? Can you have them fill a testimonials that you can post to other potential buyers or potentials in your industry who want to use your services or who your skills might be relevant to? So personal branding is how you carry yourself, all right? So if you are an accountant, then wear white on Monday, all right? Look tush, look vibrant, look smart, all right? I've made it a personal strategy for me. So if I'm meeting a lawyer, I'll wear my white sparkling shirt, all right? And I'll look smart, all right? If I'm meeting an engineer, then I'll wear my jean, I'll look a bit casual, but I'll still look smart, all right? So depending on what works for you, all right? So depending on what your AQ is and what your TQ is, then you can decide on what personal branding will work for you. The personal branding that will work for a mechanic might not work for, let's say, an engineer or an accountant. So you have to fashion out which blend of these four aspects will validate your knowledge. Now, I'll move to the next one, which is, oh, I saw this online, you know, a security guard who had been working for a bank, all right, and had always aspired to move further, you know, just did not want to stay as a security for the rest of his life. So he went back to school, acquired the knowledge, and then asked one of the branch manager, what can I do to become a full-time staff? And the man asked him, what is your qualification? He said, I have my BSc now. And the branch manager was quite happy and said, look, you have to go and take the test. After the test, then you do the interview before we can qualify you as a full-time staff. And he did. He passed with flying colors in the text, did the interview and scaled the interview, and eventually became a full staff. So I saw this picture online of the same person on Friday, his last day as a security person, and on Monday, when he resumed as a bank official, I don't know what to call it, but it's so fascinating and interesting to me, you know, the journey of someone from being a security guard to being someone who now works in the office. All right, so what knowledge do you need to acquire? What skill do you need to acquire to take you to that next level of your career? Whatever it is, start now. Now, the last bit of the intelligence we'll be looking at is the emotional intelligence. The emotional intelligence is the ability to perceive, correctly interpret, respond to, and effectively manage your own emotions and influence the emotions of others. This is emotional intelligence. Again, I say emotional intelligence is the ability to perceive, correctly interpret, respond to, and effectively manage your own emotion and influence the emotions of others. That is emotional intelligence. And of recent, this has become very critical in the workplace, because many of the things that makes employee to be disgruntled or make them to be ineffective at what they are supposed to do in the workplace is because of their lack of emotional intelligence. And so often when you see people ask you certain questions, They are testing your emotional intelligence. How do you handle pressure? Emotional intelligence. How do you cope with people? Emotional intelligence. How do you handle heavy workload? Emotional intelligence. So they are testing how you react to certain external stimulus, which might not be very pleasant. All right. And because of many people lacking emotional intelligence, we have seen a high rise in the number of people attempting suicide, or the number of people who have actually committed suicide. And Nigeria is on number 15th in the world. So according to one report I read, Nigeria ranked 15th in the world for suicide, but Lesotho tops in Africa. So we must begin to build our emotional intelligence. How do we develop a better emotional intelligence? Philippians chapter 4, verse 6 to 7 says, be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. Again, look at it again. Be anxious for nothing. Why are you anxious? What's getting you overworked? What's getting you upset? What's getting you angry? Yeah, people will offend you. People will step on your toe, but you must be able to manage your emotion. And the way we manage our emotional intelligence is by developing the fruit of the Spirit, embedding ourselves in the fruit of the Spirit. Our positive emotion is shaped by the fruit of the Spirit. Galatians chapter 5, verse 22 to 29 says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such there is no law. Can you mention all of these words to yourself and see how you feel? How do you feel when you are joyful? How do you feel when you are at peace? When you are long-suffering? When you are kind to others? When you are good to others? When you are faithful to others? When you are faithful to your calling? When you are gentle? When you are self-control under chaotic situation? How do you feel when you see yourself being in charge, being in control? So these are the sources of positive emotions. And if you can embed yourself in the fruit of the Spirit, cultivate the fruit of the Spirit, desire the fruit of the Spirit, you will have a very good emotional intelligence. Because these are the root of every good thing. Spirit of love, joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness,